Hey YouTube, what's happening my friends? Hope everybody's alright. I'm a little bit late again for work. Well, I'm not late, it's just that I left my house late. I am going to arrive on time, but just not the time that I usually arrive to work. So, let's get through it. What is the topic for today, you ask? Well, it so happens that the topic is going to be about fat acceptance. Is there a fat acceptance for everybody, or is it just for some people? And to answer that question, I guess we all know that it isn't for everybody and that it's just for some people. You're gonna ask me, why do I say that? Why do I say it's just for some people? Well, if it was for everybody, why is it that the people who are calling for fat acceptance and body shaming and all those things, why does it only happen to be women? Why does fat acceptance only surround women? They're not talking about fat acceptance for men. They're not talking about body shaming for men. They're talking about fat acceptance for the woman. So, in any case, here's what I want to talk about. Alright? Let's all be honest. We're going to be honest about a lot of stuff. We need to be honest. Alright? There's a lot of lies going on in society about what men desire, what men like, what men want in a woman. And I think I want to clear up a lot of these things, because myself as a man who is now married and who has dated many women, right? I can definitely tell you that even women know what types of women men are looking for. So, with this whole fat acceptance thing, let's punch a few holes in the fat acceptance. Alright? Let's start with what men want. Alright? First of all, a man doesn't want any woman that can squash him. We're going to be honest with that. We're not even talking about the guys that have their little fetishes, and those guys are like 2% of men. Those guys are like 2% of men. Men don't want a woman that can squash them. That's number one. Number two, no man wants a woman where he has to lift up her belly, her fat folds, just to find the vagina. Alright? And that within it is in its own case too. Because now you have to go through the folds in the thighs and the labia and whatever it is just to find a hole. Right? So, listen. As much as we keep doing this whole fat acceptance thing, we need to just accept truth. It isn't about body shaming, because nobody is shaming fat people. You understand? I know a lot of people who are overweight, and I'm not shaming them, and nobody's shaming them and whatever it is. You understand? Some of these people are self-conscious, and they just feel like anything you say to them is a shameful thing to say to them. Right? So I don't know what they're talking about in terms of fat shaming. Now, let's talk about the next topic. It's unattractive. It is unattractive. Right? They don't look healthy. They don't look right. They don't look dateable. And they don't look like somebody you want to show off to your friends. Alright? And that's something that would definitely need to be honest about. Men don't like heavy-set women. As much as these people keep pushing this thing in the black community about how most black women are thick and most black women are this size, that isn't true. I've gone out with a lot of black women and they are not that size. And this whole thick thing, don't try to put words on something that's disgusting. Don't try to call something that's disgusting nice. Being fat isn't thick, it's nasty. You understand what I'm saying? Don't call a fat woman round. Don't call her a BBW. You understand? She's not big, beautiful. She's big and nasty. It's not funny. It's not something we should be praising. You understand what I'm saying? We need to like, alright, it doesn't really even matter right now because men are already avoiding these types of women. Men don't want to deal with these types of women, these so-called BBWs, these so-called fat heifers. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how much society keeps trying to throw fat acceptance in people's faces, men especially are not accepting it. Right? They keep talking about women who are fat are beautiful. Well, if they're beautiful, why don't you marry her? Why don't you go out with her? Why don't you date her? Right? So many of these people who are pushing fat acceptance are not with fat people. I'm not going to push something that I'm not with. That's hypocritical. That's a lie. I'm not going to push that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to push fat acceptance because I'm not with somebody who's fat. Even when I first met my wife, she was like super slim. You understand? I couldn't wait to get her into a bathing suit to look at her. I was like, wow. And then when she sent that first pic of her bathing suit, man, I was crazy. So don't tell me about how fat women are beautiful and BBWs and stuff like that. It's not beautiful, it's nasty. We need to stop dressing the cut and start exposing it. We need to stop forcing men, and that's what the agenda is. That's what the agenda is. Let's be honest about what the agenda is. The agenda is to get men to date these types of women. Right? The agenda is to force men and tell them that they should accept these women because these women are beautiful too when they are not. That's exactly what the agenda is. The agenda isn't for people to feel comfortable or whatever it is. The agenda is because these women want men. Right? And let's talk about the hypocrisy of that. Right? Let's talk about the hypocrisy of fat acceptance. Right? If fat acceptance is really the problem, why is it that you never see a fat woman going after a fat guy? Right? If that is really the problem, why is it that a fat woman is never with a fat guy? You rarely will see a big woman with a big guy. It is a very rare thing. No. What they are after is healthy men like myself who take care of our bodies, work out, and do all kinds of stuff and look nice. And they want to force us to think that they are beautiful and that we should date them. Now, I don't care if I'm drawn onto a talk show where the crowd boos and whatever it is, but I will tell them point blank, I will never find a fat woman attractive because it's not attractive. And no matter how many times you people boo, at the end of the day, I'm not going to go out with her. Neither will I find her attractive, so it won't matter. Right? And that's what we really need to talk about. These fat women are hypocritical. and the fat shaming agenda, it's hypocritical, because like they speak about it in porn. Even if you go and look at porn, right, these fat women, they don't even have sex with fat men. What they have sex with is very slim, very healthy men. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just look at it. Just look at it. They're not having sex with their kind. They're not having sex with people who match with them. No, they are having sex with men that are definitely out of their leagues, and definitely men who wouldn't be with them if it wasn't for the job that they were in. Alright? Now, I'm going to give you a story. I've been told many times that I was shallow. Alright? And I said, okay, I'm going to give a fat girl a chance. Okay? I'm going to give a fat girl a chance. And I decided to go on a date with somebody. She was extremely unattractive. And let me tell you something. Sometimes fat women, they have really pretty faces. That's one thing I'm not gonna lie about. There have been fat women who have really, really, really pretty faces. And, I'm not gonna lie about that, man. But sometimes you just can't get past the fat stomach and the legs and the inability that they can't walk like a certain distance without needing to stop and catch their breath. In any case, beyond that, now we went out on a date, right? And I met her in downtown Philadelphia, the district and stuff like that. And basically she was, her face was not attractive. I was displeased with that. So obviously I was catfished with her face. She did tell me though that she was overweight. Alright, so I do accept that part. So we went out to dinner, Chinese restaurant or whatever it is. And I'm not talking like the corner Chinese restaurant, not the corner store Chinese restaurant, like, whatever it is, downtown. And this girl basically like ordered a lot of food, and I looked at her and I was like, yo, listen, this is our first day. You're not about to like order a bunch of food and then have me pay for it, because here's what's gonna happen. Because right there and then when she started to order food, a lot of food, I said to her, you're going to pay for half of this. You know that, right? So when she heard that, she put back she like basically canceled some of the orders. Because basically, listen people, I don't care if I have the money or don't have the money, right? If you're not attractive, I'm sorry. And even if you are attractive, I'm sorry. I just don't play that type of game. I don't know. I'm just not that type of person. Never been. You understand? In any case, after the dinner was over and stuff like that, she wanted to share a kiss. I didn't. I just, I don't know how to explain this, guys. It's just like, it just wasn't within me. I tried, and I didn't get the feeling that, it was ever gonna work. And I realized it's not gonna work between me and somebody who is fat. Okay? It's not gonna work. And when I realized it wasn't gonna work, I just after the dinner was over and we were walking and I was holding her hand and blah 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 blah. And she was like, so when are we gonna go out again? I'm like, I don't think I want to go out again. And she's like, why? And I said, I just don't, think, you understand? I tell her, I just don't think we click. You understand? And she was really saddened by it. And then she asked to be friends. I was like, all right, yeah, sure. I don't see why not. You know what I mean? So, the thing about it is that how I looked at it is, sorry for the pause. The thing about it is that how I look at it is that she basically she knows she's dating somebody that would never go for her. And to be honest, she was kind of humble about it, where she didn't prop herself up to be something that she wasn't. Like I realized, a lot of them are doing, propping themselves up to be something that they're not, and not what they're supposed to be doing. And this is what society does. Society props up women to be something that they're not, and lie to them that they're something that they're not. Like, a lot of these women are very self-conscious that they're not attractive. Society telling you that you're not attractive is not going to change how you feel on the inside, and forcing other people which aren't going to bend to your will, especially men, knowing real men. Real men are not going to bend to that will. If they don't find you attractive, they just don't find you attractive. If I don't find you attractive, I just don't find you attractive. There's nothing on earth that you can do to change my mind of finding you attractive. Nothing. Absolutely nothing you can do to change my mind. You understand what I'm saying? So, in any case, I just find it very hypocritical that, you know, fat women talk about fat shaming and about them being beautiful and stuff like that, and that fat people are beautiful and fat people are healthy and fat people are this and fat people are that. And I just think it's just something, a very deceitful thing that they're trying to do just because they want to find a companion that wouldn't normally go for them. And I think that's what this is all about. This is all about getting men on board with loving fat women, and men just don't want to love them. And I'm sorry, we shouldn't. Just like how you give women choices on who the types of men that they get to love, men have that choice too of the type of women we want to love and we need to love or we desire to love, right? And guess what? Fat women just aren't a part of that. Fat women just aren't a part of that. You understand? Nobody can force no man to love any woman he's not gonna love. Oh, sorry, bud. Yeah, so anyway, to close out, just think about it, people. This fat acceptance thing is like the most hypocritical thing that you'll ever see, and these people will never do anything different still.